How standing on business can keep you alone. Let's go on and talk about it.
I was just patient, never try skating. Fuck niggas hating.
Standing on business is a term frequently used in urban culture to pretty much describe standing up for yourself or standing up for a belief or standing up for anything, and standing firm and holding steadfast to your grounds and not bowing down and not conforming and not folding and not backing down. That's what standing on business is used to describe. Okay? So, how does standing on business keep you alone? I got 5 ways standing on business will keep you alone. Buckle your seatbelts. Number 1 way that standing on business will keep you alone. 1, people who cannot persuade you tend to stay away from you. So they thrive. Some people thrive on their ability to have what they call the gift of gab. And they need to be able to say things that appeal to you and kind of like force you to adjust your way of thinking or process that you want to take or decisions that you need to make. They want to persuade you to do what they feel like is the best thing to do, which typically and most likely will benefit them more than it will benefit you, because of the fact that it's already something in their mind that they think should happen. And in your mind, you don't think should happen, or you don't want to happen, or you're not interested. But they are trying to persuade you. So this is someone, it's like when you have a spider and then the mosquito lands on the mosquito lands on top of the spider and tries to kill and take the spider down. Well, your brain is going along its normal course, and their brain is trying to attack and bring your brain down so that you consider what they think is best for you. And when they cannot persuade you to do something that they believe is best for you in your best interest, they don't want nothing to do with you. You're too much. Okay? So that's one way standing on business will keep people away from you and will definitely keep you alone. Number 2, it requires pure intentionality to dwell amongst you. So you standing on business, you standing up for yourself, you standing up for what you believe in, inadvertently requires people that you allow into your circle to have pure intentions to even dwell amongst you. If they don't have good intentions, they're not qualified to be in your club. They're immediately expelled, terminated, exiled, put out, discarded. So this, you can see, standing on business can keep you alone, because a lot of people will come in or around your life and try to infiltrate. There's a saying I made up myself. Some people will try to come into your life simply to kick you out of it. That's deep. Because if you think about it, from the outside looking in, they admired something. They thought you were smart. They thought you were cute. They thought you were handsome. They thought you were sexy. They thought you were cool. They thought you were successful. They thought all good things about you from the outside looking in. You allow this person to come in to your world, into your life that you established on your own without them. And if not on your own, then, of course, obviously, whatever level they saw you on, they didn't play a part into how you got there. So bare minimum. And then once they're inside of your life, they proceed to tell you what needs to be changed, what could be better, what isn't right, what you should do different. And you are thinking to yourself, if you're anything like me, bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Therefore, whatever your input is, you can keep it. If I want your opinion, I'll give it to you. If you don't like the way I operate over here on this side of things inside my life, you don't have to be in it. But these people want in. I never could understand the thought process of somebody who has their own life, but once in yours, but once they get in yours, will tell you how yours needs to be better. See, my way of thinking keeps me making these videos because I can decipher through bullshit real quick. And you can't explain to me in any kind of logical way why you having your own want inside of minds, but then don't like minds the way it is. You need to attempt to change it. That's when you get met with a brother like me who is going to pump your brakes. If you don't like me, don't come by me. And that is another way standing on business will keep you by yourself. Number 3, it holds potential infiltrators to a standard they cannot be reached, that they cannot reach honestly. Infiltrators are personators. And so they come into your or come around your life and they smile, they act friendly, they mirror you so that you believe you have a lot in common. So those are the Mr. Me Too's or the Mrs. Me Too's. I like that too. I like to do that too. I used to do that too. I have one of those too. To give off the illusion that they have common talents and interests as you so that they can get in. But when you standing on business, you need validation for what you said. You don't just hand over the keys to your business. You don't just open up the doors to somebody who said they can do what you do too. Hey, let's keep it real for one thing. It doesn't matter what field of life you are in. If you're a mechanic, if you are a head mechanic, and if you were the owner of that building, right, you probably wouldn't hire another head mechanic unless you planned on retiring. You would probably hire somebody to do the things that you don't have time to do or that are beneath your pay grade or maybe even above your pay grade. But you're probably not going to hire somebody to do exactly what you're doing. Let me give another example really quick. At a record company, you have an artist, but then you also have graphic designers, you have marketers, public relations, people who discuss business with radio stations, CEOs, owners, you have A&Rs, you have producers, you have beat composers, you have mixing engineers. But what if you were a record company and you had a Grammy-nominated mixing engineer to work the boards when the artists come into the studio? Would you hire another one? What if you had 5 Grammy-nominated engineers? Would you hire another one? If you are sufficient in an area, you would not seek someone else to do what you are already fully capable of doing on your own. You would hire help, someone who can do things that are outside of your control or your capabilities or your schedule, et cetera, et cetera. You get my drift. Infiltrators try to come into your life and give the illusion that they can do what you can do. That's why you need me in your life. And this is their inadvertent way of telling you they're better than you. You need me. And you should know that if you ever allow them to infiltrate you and come into your world, they will attempt to dominate what you have created on your own. They will try to take over. So if you standing on business, therefore holding people to a standard that they can't reach honestly, they can't infiltrate. It keeps you alone. Number 4, it threatens the integrity of manipulative people. Manipulative people, some of them are unaware. Feel me on this one. Some people have been raised by people who are manipulative. Some people choose manipulation because they have never given the honest approach a chance. So they fear the results of taking that approach. So by default, they have chosen to be manipulative because that has worked in the past, or they watched someone else who took those routes and it worked for them. So now they are enthused and persuaded to do the same things they watched somebody else do growing up. So when they come around you, Mr. Standing on Business, they feel threatened. Who does he think he is? The audacity of this brother to think that, I ain't nothing. I'm trying not to cuss. He's better than me. He thinks he's better than me. You know what? As a matter of fact, he sucks. We don't really care what these type of people think anyway, but they were unable to infiltrate. They felt threatened. They broke character. They're mask slips. We see them. They're exposed for who they really are. They talk behind your back, and then those same people that they're talking about or talking to you about, they come back and tell you, and now you are aware of who they are. So standing on business will keep you alone. And lastly, number 5, it intimidates less headstrong individuals. You being extremely confident and certain of who you are, self-aware, what you're capable of doing, where you're going, and having some sort of success while you're on that path, that's intimidating to somebody who is not as headstrong as you, somebody who doesn't dedicate themselves and push as hard as you do. Let me explain something to you. When you shine bright, when you go throughout life and you are soaring and you're just flying high and you're just doing things that a typical human being cannot do because you stay dedicated, you educate yourself, you are focused beyond reproach. The people who come around you who may want what you have or may want what you want, that aren't willing to do the work, aren't willing to make the same sacrifices, that indirectly makes them insecure. It shines a light on their dull light. Your light beaming at 300 watts shines a light on the fact that they are only beaming at 60 watts. And around you, they feel insignificant, small, and intimidated. And they will stay away from you. So, because they have two options: elevate or evacuate. And most people are going to stay away from you, and they're going to do it all in the name of claiming that you are arrogant, you're cocky, you're brutal, you're critical, you're inflexible, you're contemptuous, you're combative, you're stubborn, you're too proud, and they'll even claim that you are manipulative yourself. Here goes the beautiful part about all of this, because it's not what you're called, it's what you're answering to. So when you are self-aware and these things don't trigger you because you're not fazed by someone's perception of you, the good thing is you only appear to be this way to those who like you to be more vulnerable and accessible instead of those who have and respect boundaries themselves. Because think about it. You, as the individual who is fully capable of getting your own needs met, being self-sufficient, educating, dedicating, just a do-gooder, just a hard worker, and nobody played a part in your success. So there's no way or reason for you to feel like someone else is obligated to a piece of your earnings. So people who did the work, they don't feel shame. They can't be guilted into feeling like a bad person. They have probably isolated themselves and been alone long enough to be able to identify these traits in other people. And people who see you on the outside for what you really are, they want to help. They don't want to take over. They don't want to drive. They want to help guide. They want to assist you in any way they can fit in. So someone trying to infiltrate you, that's to not respect your boundaries. That's to want access to something that they did not build and they do not own. But then to turn around and call you the bad guy is entitlement. And we should avoid these people anyway. That's why standing on business will keep you alone. If you can relate to this video, please give me a like, comment, or subscribe. If you are new to this channel, my name is Jerome, and this has been yet another episode of The Superb Word. Until next time, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and protect yourself out there. 2 fingers.